So I wonder if we could see some of the escape rooms for a minute.
Yes, that would be really great.
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
let's just do it.
Okay. And then, like wrapping up, I don't know if it'll be helpful too. After we take a look, I have a few slides and I can either maybe like post these or put them on just why like using escape rooms are good for our students, like just different ways we can use them. So maybe we'll pop into one right now, and then anyone who's still here and wants to like talk about using it in the class and maybe experiences that you've had with your own students, we could do that too. So this is one that I am working on at the moment. In fact, I may get it on the marketplace today. That was the video I was uploading to YouTube. Okay, this one's with high frequency words.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So let me change.
So it's like a little beach.
So, side note, Ben, I still have to switch my cameras. Like in the playground, it doesn't.
You have to
pop
turn
on.
it off and turn it on. Is that what you have to do?
Well, I have to
That's
actually
weird.
switch the setting.
Oh wow, that's so
Even
weird.
turning
Okay.
on and off won't work. But
Okay.
I can
gotta
get it
fix that.
back. So
Okay.
this area right here can be used either as an initial review area for high frequency words, like so you can get an idea of what they know or don't know, or even activities that would be used when the challenge is finished. I also have some different like whiteboard activities that is a part of this one as well. But you'll notice the entrance to the house is really where the challenge itself begins. And I really didn't put a time because I thought it would be different for each student, whether it is broken into 2 classes or a time limit that you want to do. And when there is an image, like we'll see with the door, you can actually walk through the images. So I do have steps here. You'll notice like the steps will stop you, but you are able to jump and go through. But another option is if you want to actually unlock and delete the image, then it just makes for a clearer view to go inside. Yes.
I'm realizing, Katie, the reason you hate stairs is probably because you're on iPad.
I do have a keyboard, so
Oh, okay.
But my students also have iPad, and
Yeah.
they don't like the stairs either, so I never make playgrounds for them with stairs.
Yeah.
Or very limited stairs, like maybe 1 step or 2 steps.
And I think this is why it would be helpful to have smooth stairs where you can just like walk up them.
Yes.
And if you walk inside through the door, you can just walk through the door and come in like inside. And this is where
Gonna have to jump though through, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Got
you
you.
do.
Okay.
You do need to do a little bit of a jump to get inside. And this particular task really just has them dragging the words onto the area.
Amy, are you able to come? There you go. You got
Oh,
this.
I thought everyone was in. I'm sorry. There you go. Sheila.
We're waiting for Sheila.
Sheila.
I'm gonna push her up
I'm
the
trying to
steps.
figure it out.
Push up the steps.
The way it works,
Do
Sheila,
you-
is you press space and up at the same time. There you go. Yeah.
So
keep
close.
doing that.
I can see it starting to come
You're
through.
almost there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
What do I do to get through the door? Oh, okay. I'm in.
There you
there
go.
you got it. There you're in.
Maybe an easier way to do this is like you first press space, and once you're kind of in midair, press the up arrow, and it'll move you forward.
Okay.
All right, there's
Oh,
a bit of
Someone's
a traffic
finishing
jam.
the task for me. Yes, I was initially thinking this could be done obviously with an individual student, but like a small group of maybe like 4 students.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that would also change the time that you would kind of place on the actual challenge.
So the
So,
challenge
yes.
is always written on a sticky note. Is that correct? So you go in.
I do.
And you see the challenge.
The directions on the sticky notes.
So these right here.
Yes. So the directions are on the blue sticky notes, yes, of what
Okay,
to do for the
gotcha.
task. But then if
Okay.
you turn and look at the white sticky notes, it's asking for how many, yes, green sticky notes. So that number, I usually tell them to have a piece of paper and pen and just tell them then to write that number on a piece of paper.
Mhm.
Because there is a code at the end that just kind of accumulates
Ah,
these numbers as we go
that's so
through
cool.
the different tasks.
Love that.
As far as knocking down the walls, I, in my experience, have found it's easier if I take charge on that. It would, again, depend on the student because, they get click happy. And,
Yes, they do. I would
um,
want to do it myself as well.
so, especially with a group. And this is the area where you get to the next task and you can walk straight through once the blocks are removed.
Oh, this is pretty.
And it takes you into the next area. And again, the instructions are on those white stickies. So, yes.
Very cool. I love there's a barbecue and stuff here. That's awesome.
So, dragging the words to where they are.
Oh, I like this.
So you could have your student obviously practice reading, and then then the task again is to write the number on a piece of paper of like just how many high frequency words are in these sentences.
Very nice.
And what makes it easier, I think, in this particular playground for me is to go, I call this like bird's eye view. And I'm deleting like the blocks on the other side of the image.
Oh, smart.
So,
I see you doing it now.
yes, I'm like on the other side of the wall in like bird's eye view, looking down, deleting blocks. And
So you're talking about the wall with it has the ocean picture with the sun?
With the ocean and the sun. So
okay.
Once this task is complete and you're ready to move on, now you can just walk through the picture with the sun and it takes you to the next area. So typically you're into that room finishing the task and you can't move on to the next challenge until this is completed. Are we all here? Yes.
Love the pool, and you got the little floaties there. This is so cool. It really gives you a good, I don't know, it makes me happy. It's really awesome. And the fact that you have these different zones that are so different from each other, it's really cool.
Thanks. So this one again, we're
So
dealing with
it's
this.
hard to see all
I have to
those
go,
words.
thanks.
It's hard to
Yeah.
see all
Yes,
of
that's
the.
right.
Oh, okay. Hard
Oh,
to
the
see.
sight words that you defined. Yeah.
The was has what his on the white sticky.
Yeah. I can see what. And then sometimes, like, if I angle myself, I can see that, but it's kind of difficult. I wonder if it's just where I'm standing. I don't know.
The looking up and looking down, does that help? Or maybe even like backing up against the other wall.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it when I'm in the far corner, but just trying to figure out.
If you're here, you don't see it, right, Katie?
Yeah.
So wait,
Yeah.
You have to be all the way over there. Interesting. So like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe this is where the focus spot will help.
Right. That's what, like I'm saying, like sometimes with some of these, like, it's kind of hard to direct your kid to the exact location. That's like the magic location to stand.
Yeah.
To read it.
Okay. And I wonder if it is based on device.
Yeah, I think
I feel
depending
like
on
I can
the
see,
yeah.
depending on
I
the
was gonna say
device.
this, the aspect ratio of your screen probably is gonna have
Oh,
this.
okay.
One thing you might be able to do, Lisa, is can you try this? Can you try to make the side panel a little smaller?
Sure. Yes,
See if
like
it
this.
works better for Katie.
Is that better?
Yeah. How does that work for
Um,
you, Katie? Is it slightly better?
Let me go
Not
back
much.
to where I was.
Yeah.
Slightly, but I can still
Slightly
only
better.
see.
All right, focus mode is required.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
But I like this idea to make a word search. I didn't even think about doing that, like making something like this and then using the sticky notes to put it on there.
Yes, and these are the clonables, so you can
Uh-huh.
drag them onto the little squares.
I like that.
Oops, grab the wrong one. And then this task does have them, I keep grabbing the wrong one for some reason. Over. This task has
Ooh.
them counting how many green vowels there are in these words.
I like how we're kind of stuck here until
Until you must stay here until
Yeah,
you
yeah.
complete this challenge. Yes.
This is really cool.
And I have found, at least the feedback that I have gotten from the students that have completed these, is they really like having a time challenge, but also it's almost like a task within a task. So they're working on collecting these codes while they're like also, you know, practicing whatever concept it is that you want them to work on. So it's just an extra way to add. And as you can see, I broke down the wall by the shallow diving sign, and this leads us into the next. And you can delete, like unlock and delete the images if you want to make a clean path as an option.
How would how would a
Oh.
teacher know what wall to break down to move on to the next section? Did you have
I
a sticky
have
note there?
those I'll have to see if I put them inside of this whiteboard, but I have teacher notes that shows exactly with which challenge, like what walls and areas that you tear down.
It sounds like what would be really cool though is if you had like a door system, you could put a door that only the teacher could unlock or something.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. I think I need to do
That would
something
be
like that.
helpful.
Yeah, that'd be great
Okay.
for an escape room.
Yep.
Yeah. It would be perfect.
I mean, honestly, like the escape room, one, I didn't think about that at all when we first started working on Playground. So it's a fantastic idea. But I think it's like a really cool use case. I think about it. This is so cool. And there's so many things we can do to help you, Lisa and Katie, just make them more interesting, like, or add even more like mechanisms for you to make it interesting. I love this.
So this is a reading comprehension type task using those high frequency words to where, you know, they'll add the purple bear into the scene. Make sure they get the yellow birds and where there are 4 of them. Whoops, I grabbed the blue. Wait, did I? I'm not grabbing the right ones myself. I need the 4 yellow birds. Over. And then the number that they will accumulate here, how many animals are in the forest. So after they read the passage, add all of the animals, then that is the number that they want to collect for moving on. So this particular wall tears down and leads to, whoops, I actually tore down, I think 1 too many there, blocks. Leads into a tunnel area by the flowers. And if it's easier to get through, here I can. So you do need to jump And there are a few steps to get inside the tunnel.
Oh wow. Okay,
There's
this
Amy.
is claustrophobia right here.
Yes, this is a small tunnel where they'll practice spelling the high frequency words. So they're adding the vowels into the words. And then the opposite wall has them listed just in case they need to take a look.
Nice.
Like how do I
Lisa,
spell
this
this?
is
What word could this be? Yes.
very interesting that you added a space in front of each letter to make them smaller. Was that on purpose over here?
Where?
So all these letters here, I don't know if it's just me, by the way, but
Oh,
you see how they're kind of small?
yes.
And so if I put this A here that I grabbed, if I
Okay.
remove the space in front of it, look what happens. It becomes a little bit
No,
bigger.
I did not. Okay. Interesting. No, I will need to go back through. When I was creating them, I noticed one I initially made was big, but then
Yep.
other ones were smaller. So let me just.
So if you start out with a space,
I didn't even
If
think
you
I
put a
was
space in
adding
front, it'll make
space.
the.
So let me just make it smaller now. Okay.
Yeah, see how it's slightly bigger than this A over
Bigger,
here?
yes. I
yeah.
have to make sure there's. Interesting. I didn't realize I was doing that, but evidently I was. That's a good tip. No space. Okay. And that will make them
This
bigger.
is one of the reasons I love having these little casual get-togethers, because we learn things
I agree.
about our creations that we didn't even know.
No.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Little tips and just, we definitely learn from one another.
Wait,
for sure.
can I take a picture of you three? Can you stand over here in front of this area where I am over here?
Wait, where are you? Oh, okay.
Oh, in front of the flowers?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some sticky notes where I want you to stand, and I'll take a
Okay.
take a picture. So I want one person on the red
On the
sticky
red?
note, one person on the green, and one person on the orange, facing me.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry, I just want to take a picture. This is fun.
So great. Okay, I'll go.
Am I on the sticky
orange?
note? Yeah.
Almost.
Wait.
Yeah, this is perfect.
Wait,
Thank you.
I'm
I'm gonna
not
delete the
sure.
sticky notes.
Do I need
That's
to?
okay.
Oh, I was looking down.
This is great. This
That's
is great.
cute.
Okay, I'll move. Taking a little screenshot. Lisa, your eyes are
That's
closed.
cute. My eyes are closed? How do you
I'm
open your
joking.
eyes?
You can't. I'm just teasing. Cool. Nice. Thank you.
You have to show us what it looked like.
Good.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you guys. Awesome. Thank you. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb the flow. I just wanted to
Not
cool
at
a
all.
screenshot.
Yeah, gotta love the screenshots.
Yeah.
So in this task, then, once they put together all of the words and spell the words, they are finishing by counting how many E's, letter E's, are on the whiteboard. So that's like their last number that they will accumulate as they go. And then I tear down this wall that you can just kind of jump outside.
Amy, what's your last name?
Kirkham.
With a K?
Cam.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh, so are we finished now with the...
So this part is finished, and if you look on the where I am standing, just on
Okay, gotcha.
the wall, is where they will put together all of their codes. So like from the first room, it was 5, and so forth. Then they would complete it, and I do have hidden on the opposite side where the house is. If you click on the two smaller, like they're like 4 windows together, the left side of the house, if you unlock and delete, there is a little certificate that is hidden.
Oh, nice.
That you can congratulate, have a little party at the end of a class and let them know that they, congratulations, you did
Nice.
it,
Yay!
that
So
you
cool.
escaped.
And you have like just extra activities. I see you have a little puzzle here.
Yes, this I'm working on perfecting. It didn't come out exactly the way I wanted it to. Having trouble getting like the actual puzzle pieces.
Oh,
That's what
really?
I'm trying to figure out. Puzzle
Getting
pieces.
Wait, so what's the problem exactly, Lisa?
the clarity, because the original image
Oh.
was clearer than when
Can you send them to me so I can check? Like this, not right now, whenever you have a chance, of course, but the individual images so I can check the quality. I can see also that, well, actually, never mind. Yeah, they're pretty low quality for some reason.
Yes, and I think I
Yeah.
used an app that's what's it called? Like puzzle.org.
Okay.
And
It
I
broke it down
noticed
for you?
when I put my picture in there, that's when the quality really changed. But then I took the
Okay.
individual pieces, removed the background, and so it went through extra processing.
Yeah,
And
it's still low quality.
it is. So I'm
Yeah,
not
I can see.
as happy about this, but I like the puzzle idea. It's just
Yeah.
trying to.
Send me the pictures, Lisa. We can figure this one out.
Okay.
I'm sure it's something silly that I can fix.
That would be great. So I have just the image, the actual image that's clear without the puzzle markings, just the solid image. Would that be helpful to send?
Yep, both if possible.
Okay. I have all these
Thank you.
individual pieces, and I have the original too, the center part. Done.
Yeah, perfect. I'm checking here at the same time why it's. I think could it be because yeah, send me everything and I'll check it out. It'll be easier
Okay.
when you have a
Thank
chance. Sorry,
Yes.
talking about the full image as well as the separate pieces.
As well as at a separate. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, 4 in a row, so cool.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
4 in a row.
That's on the other
So
side.
awesome.
Yes. So you can practice here.
My
And
God,
there
this is so awesome.
is extra space too that if teachers want to, customize in their own ways and add things, like there's the dock area, there's some more, open space to where you can
Question:
customize.
the tiles we're walking on right now, the brown tiles, are those sticky notes or are those images?
Those are images.
Perfect. Okay, that's good.
Really?
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's exactly what you want to do actually, Lisa. Is use images for this particular purpose. Something that repeats a lot. It's the same thing. Use an image for that. Ooh, you got a beach here. I love that.
And if it's helpful as well with the images, I had 2 sets of these tile squares together, grouped as one image. But then I put it in the playground and laid it down as one walkway. But then I had to flip it and save it in the other direction so that when I place it then in the other direction. So you might have to do some flipping and rotating to get them kind of lined up the way you want them.
Right. It would be cool if there was a way to images on the whiteboard or a playground where it has the flip version where it just mirror.
Yeah. So having a flip operation instead of just rotating.
Right.
Yeah, I can easily add that. That's a good one. Actually, that's a really good suggestion. Yeah.
And is there, I'll piggyback onto that, is there a way for the images to also be on a diagonal, how you can place objects, for example, our chairs and our tables kind of have pivots? So you could place on a diagonal images?
I think you should be able to do that. Can you show me what you mean? Can you put it like this?
So for example, this tree.
Oh, the tree. Yeah.
The tree. Let me unlock it. The trees.
Oh, you want to be able to place it on the diagonal of an up. I see. Okay. Well, you know what you can do?
Yes, thanks.
This is a bit of a trick, but you could use a fence that you
Okay.
rotate 45 degrees, and you can put the image on top of the fence or in front of the fence. That'll
Okay,
work.
so how does that work?
Try it.
So
Try it out.
I'll unlock the fence. So
Yep.
how am I putting the fence?
Oh, sorry. You know the 3D fence from the gem store place.
Oh, okay. Let me get one of those.
I was gonna put one, but I don't have gems, so.
Oh, there, home. Yes, here we go. So I add a fence on like a diagonal like this. That's brilliant. And then drag the tree
There you go.
over.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
Should have mentioned that a long time ago.
that's incredible.
That's just such an easy hack too. And
It is.
that's awesome.
Wow.
Nice. There you go.
I've
And then
been
you can-
struggling with the angles too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I'm like,
how
I'm
you do
trying
it.
to get it here.
Yeah, because you
Wow.
can't rotate cube boxes, so you have to be doing that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Tricky.
Yes,
well,
that's such a great.
There might be another way to do it that's slightly more technical. But let me try to do it myself real fast. I think if you create a sticky note like this and you rotate it 95, or the angle that you want, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, this. And then you duplicate it a bunch of times. Oh wait, the duplication doesn't respect the angle. Shoot, I have to fix that. That's no problem. Anyways, you can probably put the image at the very edge of the sticky note like this.
Oh wow.
It's tricky because
Oh
the
my
sticky note is very thin, so you have to really
Mhm.
aim. So
At
first
the
you have to
bottom
grab
for the.
you grab at the very bottom of the image, of the tree image, and
Mhm.
then move at the very edge of the sticky note, and then you go.
Wow.
And then you can delete the sticky note, of course. Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
is
That
amazing.
saves,
Yes.
that saves you the trouble of having to buy a fence for that.
That is great.
And I feel like even as creators, we don't know everything about the playground, and like y'all know so much about the playground, and then y'all will give us little tidbits every once in a while. You're like, oh, we can do this when we're
Yeah.
in one of these hangouts. I'm like, oh my God.
It's
You
good.
just opened
Yeah.
a whole new world.
There you go. There you go. I'm glad. I should probably explain this somewhere. Video.
Exciting.
Yeah, that would be good. I have to hop off, but this was really fun.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Really, really cool. Lisa, you really knocked it out of the park with this. Let me know when you're ready for it to be. Well, actually, first we have to review the images, I guess, and
Okay.
the
For the
puzzle
puzzles.
images.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have a teacher hoping to use it this weekend.
Okay,
She has a
okay.
backup plan. Is there any way I can put it up like this, but then
Absolutely.
make the
And change it
edits
later.
and changes, or not?
Oh, totally. Yeah. You can
Okay.
totally do that. Yeah. Right. Just
Okay.
the way it works, Lisa, just publish the activity. Make sure you don't delete the activity that you published, and then you can change it up later, and then republish it again. I know it's annoying because it doesn't keep track of what you wrote in the description and all that previously. So just copy
Okay.
paste that somewhere in a document. So you just
Okay.
copy paste it back. But otherwise, it should work.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic.
All right.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank-
let me know. Huh? Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Talk to you
Thank
soon.
you.
Lisa.
Bye, everybody.
Enjoyable. Yes. I'm not
Bye-bye.
sure if you guys want to look at any others. I'm open to that. I know we kind of went beyond at this point. Or
That's okay. Ben kind of took over, but that's okay.
that's okay. Yeah. Like you said, Katie, we're always like learning from each other, and I think
Mhm.
that's why it's great to do these kinds of like socials and
Mhm.
learn together. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Hey, Elsa.
So
How long did it take you to build this?
truthfully, I'm not sure if I'm just slow at this. or it's a process because there are a lot of components to it.
Mm-hmm.
At least a week. I feel like this one has taken me longer. I did one prior. I know that one was a week. This one might be more like a week and a half to put together.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of it is really just a combination of like building the playground. And I think, Katie, I think we have different, every teacher I think has like their own way of doing things. Like for me, I get a general idea of what I want to do, like maybe that theme or topic. And then I get the basic playground going, and I'll start in that first room with my task and my challenge. And it does take, like with the house, it was kind of piecing together the house, building the house, then adding the images, the tasks, the sticky notes inside.
I'm kind
And then
of
I moved to the
similar,
next
like,
one.
Yeah. So like the current playground that I'm working on now is like just a big school basically with different rooms. And so before I built the school, I made the layout of the school and then I put sticky notes down on them so I would know what each classroom was. So like I'm working on classroom by classroom, so I'm going to finish one classroom and then move on to the next classroom and do that like as I go, as I progress, to do all those activities because like each room is a specific skill. Exactly. So I'm working on all the slides and the activities that go along with that. So it's like, okay, my mind is in the CVC classroom now. Okay, my mind is in the short vowel sound classroom. So it's like I do it one step at a time.
Yes, that's how I find that I do it as well. Just work through one activity at a time. And then especially like how I'm going to connect then. As you saw, like once you got started with the escape room, at least there was no other way to like get to the other areas, you know, except from that one room. So it was, I just built it as I went with that.
That's awesome. I've been thinking about making my own escape room as well. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go about it.
Piece by piece, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know, have you seen any of the other ones I have also put together?
Because I want mine a little bit more simple than yours. Like I said, I don't like the stairs. But
okay, because
like I want to be like maybe it's like an escape room, like how I have my big school right now. Like I was thinking about how I could also put blocks there, but then they couldn't. I don't know. I had to figure that out.
I don't know if this is helpful at all. This is actually
you have
a school yes, setting that I have here. Nice. So this one, for example, it starts at the building that has the Koala Elementary School sign.
Oh my gosh, that's what mine is called.
Are you? That is funny.
Yours is an escape room, but mine is like Koala Elementary.
Koala Elementary. It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It
to
does.
have Koala Elementary.
Oh I swear I did not steal it. I did not see this.
No. It's the first thing that came to mind for me. So, like in this one, you can enter through the door. I actually put 2 doors, so there's like a door like coming in, and there's a door that looks different going out. That really just kind of sets up the challenge. Inside of this one. Yes, you have to hit it just right. This one where it says knock down the wall, I find it's easier to actually unlock and delete the images.
Uh-huh.
And this was one, oh, I already had this one undone for ease. I had told my student this time, like, to knock down until she saw those pebble stairs, but she kind of kept going, and I'm sure it was, like, even accidental when we were, like, rebuilding stairs. So that's why I kind of changed things a little bit to have it.
So I kind of like the idea of this where like I can do something similar to what I'm doing right now with my Koala Elementary. Where like I could separate out the buildings a little bit and like they have to do an activity, you know. I mean, I see like this is math based, so I'd definitely update it to be more reading and phonics.
Right.
And such words for my kids. But yeah, I definitely see like what you're doing.
You can definitely like customize these to however, because all of the images and the sticky notes, like you can use the structure and then add in your like activities. So like these have how many sea turtles? Like 2 sea turtles. So this one is a math activity. There's, you know, some reading involved, but mostly, yes, math. And I'm just looking.
Math just hurts my head.
This math you can probably handle. But yes, you can walk through the door. I just kind of tore open and tore down the blocks to come on through into like the next classroom.
So I was wondering how you would do something like this with like the crossword. That's the word I'm looking for with the crossword. So you just make the sticky notes and then they can just move the sticky note over.
Yes, over top and answer the question. So, whoops, let me make sure I'm not deleting. So this answer is warm. So yes, they just drag the answer. And in this particular challenge, they are accumulating words. So all the letters that are in these circles is a word that they then need to unscramble.
Because I'm trying to figure out, this might be interesting to, because I use a lot of textbooks too. Like a lot of my Chinese kids, the parents prefer, you know, the textbook. But this might be a fun way of like just taking an image of the page and then using the sticky notes because you can't type or write yet.
Yes. And I love now that they are clonable. The first one that I did, we did not quite have the clonable. So I was stacking them on top so they had multiples to drag.
Right.
So having clonable now as the option is just
because I love a good crossword and a word search. So I love seeing how you did that because that now gives me an idea on what I can do with crosswords and word searches too.
Yes, and I'm not sure. Do you use WordWall? Is that
I've seen it a few times and I've played around with it, but not much, no.
Okay, because you can generate the word searches and crosswords. That's like what I used for this particular task, and then I pulled the snip into Canva and like created the rest.
Okay, I'll have to look into that.
For doing that. But there are different things that you can create using WordWall, and then this just continues like it's a little kind of, I don't know what you call this, a walkway going into the next one.
Like a little alleyway?
Yeah. Alleyway, walkway. So this particular one, it does have some reading just to set up what, and I find that this is helpful for them in directing them. Like I have the number 1 on
Yeah.
one passage and number 2. So if you are setting up where there's like multiple walls, it's easier
You
just
tell
to
them which
say,
number to go to.
yes, go to wall 1. Look at
Yeah.
wall 1 or passage 1, yes.
Right.
With the
I
younger
agree.
kids.
I love that idea.
So there, this one just sets up.
I usually just say go to the wall that has the thing on it.
Right. But they look at the wall with the children on it, and yes.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I guess both have them at the moment for this one. And then this one is using like more of a following directions kind of task.
Oh yeah, they need following directions.
Yes, need to be able to follow directions. And once they know like what they're doing for this one, takes them outside. And I need to tear down some of the wall for this.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, I need to do a little deleting here. And I do have like directions on where to go exactly to be able to get out of the room then. So now we can just
I'm
walk
also
through.
thinking like it might be like a cool idea to do like an escape maze, you know, where
Yes.
like it's not like a regular maze, but there are like obstacles and you have to break down walls.
Right. Yes.
Get to the maze.
This one actually leads you to like the monkey bars in this challenge, and I have like an underwater area built.
Oh, nice.
So this is something too I've been knocking down because there are stairs here.
Right.
That I don't want to have accidentally deleted. I do mention for the teachers, like really just take off that first grass layer. And then this leads like to the last clue.
I love this. This is so
underwater. Kind of. I might need to, for me, I need to take off a few more.
I've been struggling with the underwater part. Like I really want to do an underwater part, but I've been struggling. But I think now with the new like resetting the playground and you can decide the water layer.
Layers. Oh, that is great.
I think that will be so helpful. I haven't tried it yet, but I think that would be super helpful.
Yes, that will too.
Okay, so there's a number on that fish.
Did you see it? Did you find it?
Well, 39, yeah.
Yes, 39, yes. So that's what they're, after they follow the directions of where to go and what to do, that's like the last number.
Got it. So then after you're in the underwater,
you have to try to work your way back up those stairs.
Yeah.
But this will give you ideas of how you can move from like room to room, and that's an easy way, huh? And then I do have a little bit of a maze area. That's where they put together their final, the numbers.
Uh-huh.
There's a little bit of an entrance that you can...
Oh, you got a little parking lot back here too?
Walk into, I do. And you turn left once you walk as far as you can and like jump up that step. And then turn right and like jump towards the trees. That's the way to get in to this. I know.
See,
This is
I'm just not coordinated. I'm not coordinated in real life, okay?
I struggle with jumping too.
It translates to this life as well.
hmm
Okay, so this is the end. Okay.
So this is the where they like have done the challenges, and they then know what the locker combination is.
Right.
So, whoops, I'm on my delete.
So I think like
So,
I'm gonna start thinking about an escape room, and then once I get the idea settled, maybe you can come into my classroom and you can see your thoughts.
absolutely. And one thing that I did when I got started, it's a whole different escape room that I've used like with students that were a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
I usually find I have to like knock myself a wall down to get out of here. I'm gonna just knock us out. So we can. That's the nice thing about copies. So you can just destroy what you've done.
So many copies of so many activities.
Yeah. I bought a template of one on Teachers Pay Teachers
Uh-huh.
just to get an idea as I got started with this on how they organize like an escape room, and to give me some ideas of like just activities and how it works, which was helpful. So I think it is helpful to see them, and then it does kind of get your mind going on like what you can do.
Right.
It's extremely helpful. So this is, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And this is the one we were just in, right?
This is actually a different one, and I know it does kind of have a school theme to it too. With it, this one is actually different. This is the one I started with that I got on Teachers Pay Teachers.
Oh, this is the
So-
one I think you saw in a webinar or something. You were talking like Tammy or something was gonna come see it.
I think she did see this one initially first, yes. So this is the just kind of what got me excited about the idea of doing escape rooms. Now this one I can't put on the marketplace because like the material that's being used, I can only use it like, with my students. But like I said, it was just a good way to get some ideas on.
I mean,
really
I think
what
you
to
could,
do.
like, if you made a copy, and then with the copy, you put sticky notes saying insert activity here, you know.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And
Yes.
show on the whiteboard like different ideas that could be for the escape room.
Yes, the actual, all the tunnels and the passages are there. So that, I mean, thanks. That's a great idea, Katie, to just really.
Because, I mean, I'm thinking the same way. Like, I'm making, like, different things for my kids. But if, you know, I could just, like, take away, like, the copyrighted content and just give them ideas of what you could put there, you know.
Exactly. That's
Say,
awesome.
put a riddle here or put a reading challenge here.
Put this one. Just making sure this is a copy before I start deleting my stuff. So, yes, this is the wall. Oh, this is the one, too.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. This is one, too, where I was telling my students, go ahead and, you know, kind of knock down the brick wall. But then kind of started going even beyond. And again, kind of my stairs ended up disappearing for this challenge.
So when you build your escape room, so like you said, you start out with one thing and then move on, like it builds upon itself. So do you build like the first escape room first, and then knock down the wall that you want to knock down, then build out from that, and then come back and then fill in the walls?
I like build the structure. Actually, this particular playground, if you look in that bird's eye view, you'll notice this is a big, like the first two buildings I used from like the original like playground. It was actually the one with the snow, and I took away the snow And
okay, so I see
so
what you did. So you kind of worked upon.
I worked upon those buildings. I did make adjustments to them, and but at least those two buildings, I had a start to. But
That's a good idea.
I did set up the first room
Uh-huh.
with just this one sets up the challenge.
Yeah.
And then once I felt like this was the way I wanted it, then I move on to the next one. And this sets up the steps.
So, like, but did you keep the wall down, like, as you did it and then come back at the end? Like, how did you?
Oh, and rebuild. I
Right.
feel like I've done it both ways. Almost like I'm done with this room, it's sealed off. But then I find when I have to go back to it, you know, to get back to where I need to, you do have to tear down. So it's probably better to wait until the end. And in fact, you know what? That is what I do. I finish off one room, but then, excuse me, I do leave a path because then when I go back to it, I'm not going to get this done at one time. And then I do
And
block
so
up
put the blocked wall until the very end.
until the very end. And yes.
Okay.
Trying to think, because and then I went in the initial building, added the wallpaper, like kind of had the blocks, and then added the wallpaper onto it.
Yeah, because I kind of like this for like a lot of my kids will read books. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Raz books. They're level books. But a lot of my kids read the Raz books, so like it'd be so cool if like one of the rooms was like the story. So I put the whole story on the wall, and then the next room would be questions, and then some of the other activities that go along with it.
That is great. And I think it helps them just kind of go step by step through it. And I tried, like you said, in this one to kind of set up the scene a bit where, she's, just kind of waking up in the morning, rolling out of bed. Bring the book to life. Yes. And if you actually go downstairs, it like just continues that rest of the scene. But this particular challenge, they are unscrambling words along the way, and they'll keep all of those words to create a sentence at the end. So there's like mom in the kitchen with the daughter having her breakfast.
I love it.
Here is to close out. This leads to the next area.
We got a little bathroom.
Yes, so that looks familiar. Huh.
But that's not one of the escape rooms, is it?
It's really not one of the escape rooms, but it just goes with the whole theme of the house. So there's a kitchen, a bathroom, and a bedroom.
I had bathrooms in my Koala Elementary, so.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
It's a school, so it's like a school needs bathrooms.
A school needs bathrooms. I think I almost did that in my last one I just finished. I thought about putting bathrooms because I do try to make each room different. So we had the schoolhouse. This is the house. This is literally like a tunnel that takes us to the next area. And like you said, for example, my one student, I believe we got to this point. We finished this task, but then we were moving on to the next task, and I just left it all like broken down. So then we re-entered here for the second half.
I love this idea. I think what I'm going to do for my kids, I don't know if I can get it done before tomorrow's class I might, but
Oh,
on
wow.
Thursdays it's my my grammar class. Well, we're working on a grammar book right now, but they don't really particularly like it. And so I'm trying to make it a little bit more exciting for them. I'm trying to figure out how I can do that quickly.
And I think that,
But,
yeah, quickly is the word because that I'm not sure how. Yes. But I agree. If you can add like a challenge within the lesson, that it does just like add to the fun.
But what I might do, because I already have like the template of the Koala Elementary done, I might just insert all the material into there. And like they have to work through, you know, the activities. But we'll see. I think they might like that.
I think they would too.
Yeah.
This leads up to a bridge, and I did a bridge here because it's like a continuation. So you don't have to like always have a new passage. This is they're using the passage that they just read, and there are just like additional questions and tasks on that passage.
Right.
So that's why in this case, like I did a bridge, so they could go back, if they needed to, or it just kind of.
They could always go back to the text.
And this was before they had the clonable stickies that I was talking about. So like you can drag them, but it's just one by one created.
So is it supposed to spell out something? Is that why you have it like that?
It is. It does spell out a word.
Oh, okay.
So yes, and it does spell out. So I know this one. We'll see. I'll fill in all the letter C's. That's what the answer was for the passage.
What's the answer for number 2?
So what letter
Well,
is
at least
that?
what's the word supposed to be?
The word is park.
Park. Okay.
Yes. So there's the first one.
And then do you knock down this wall?
No, I actually knocked down this area.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's one of the confusing parts about like an escape room. Like you want to like say where you want to knock it down. So I see like more.
I'll have to pull up. I think one of my whiteboards, I do have like visuals and pictures exactly for each challenge, like with the answers and also where to knock yourself out to escape.
Gotcha.
This one, I actually have a little passage just to the right.
Sticky notes for that?
For which part?
Where it says using context clues, identify the meaning of the bold words from the passage.
Oh, what?
Would you need sticky notes for that?
The students that I had were working with a piece of paper and a pencil when they did it. So that worked out just fine, but you could, if you wanted to, add the sticky notes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So it's really, this is within the reading passages, it's really just using different ways. Like this one is like focusing on context clues, and the other one was kind of a reading comprehension and area.
I'm just wondering if one of my kids who just does not focus very well on the whiteboard, and he loves the playground and he loves cars. I'm wondering if he would like an escape room. I'm trying to figure out. Because, I mean, I do mostly reading with a lot of my kids, but with him, right now I'm doing writing.
Okay.
So trying to figure that out. But I have some ideas. But we'll see.
You could even just start small with a task or two and see how he responds to it.
Exactly.
And
that's what I was thinking, like to start out with just a quick task.
This actually leads, I have another aquarium here. And this one, there are some steps and water. that lead, and you can walk like straight through the blue. Yeah.
I think this is one of my favorite parts. Like, even if you don't have it like building underneath, like in the actual water, you can still make it look like it's the water.
Make it look like water, yes. This worked out just because the passage itself was about an aquarium. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. I'll just make a little box that's an aquarium.
I love it.
And
This is so great.
And then this one, you go to the blue wall that next, just to the right of the crossword puzzle. It leads you back out. Whoops. Wait. Am I blocked here? Am I going the right way? Oh. No, wait. I'm going to the wrong one. Sweet. I swear, I tore down the walls. Now, we're going out the crossword puzzle. I'm sorry.
Oh, the crossword puzzle. Okay.
Yes.
There we go. Yay!
I changed my view and then I confused myself.
Yay! We got it out. But I also like now seeing this where this like the base of it is like you just kind of add it on to the, like, this could either be from the summer or the winter playground.
That's what it was for this one. The other ones I tried to.
I'm trying to. I could probably do something similar.
Yes, if you have a playground already together and started, and just you could.
Because I mean, at least that one would like. I already have the two buildings. And I could just start out with that.
And actually, if you separate like the upstairs and the downstairs, you could have 3 if you're using the initial like winter or, original playgrounds with the buildings. You have like the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
And then the other building is 2 floors. So if you put like different colored blocks like on the floor, so you knew where to like break down through.
Wait, it's 2 floors? I thought it was only 1 floor.
The white building, like inside this.
I mean, I knew there were stairs, but I thought that was get to the roof.
Oh, do you know what it did? I actually built walls, and so that wouldn't really be difficult because you at least have like a second platform. You could. That's how I did change that one. I did add the walls and a roof. I'm like, no, there's stairs. So you could technically have like 3 separate spaces just by adding some walls and a roof if you wanted. And a connection.
Yeah, like connect the 2 buildings. Well, I think the connection, is that the bathroom, or did you make that connection?
I made this connection.
Okay.
Yes, I made that connection.
Do you mind if I screenshot this for inspiration?
Oh, not at all. Absolutely.
Okay. Let me actually get in. There we go. Okay, cool. Because, yeah, I mean, I can definitely, I think, like, start out with this base and just keep it simple. I like the idea, like, what I'm thinking right now, that would be super easy to do is just keep the schoolhouse, keep the actual house, and that gray building that you have with the cobblestone alleyway kind of thing. Not sure what you want to call that. But I could definitely start out with that. That would be easy enough.
That would be. And I think that's how I get started with things too, is just like start slow.
Some of my builds are really fast, and then some of my builds are really slow. So it depends on like my inspiration and all sorts of other things.
I feel like mine are always like slow. I'm not sure. And even though I work at it, they always seem kind of slow. And I think it's just a lot of going back and forth too between like Canva and downloading and pulling
Mhm.
things in, especially, with the images now that we have,
Exactly.
which is a great
But I
option.
love it. Like the images have been such a game changer.
Oh,
What were you doing, Elsa? What did you do?
I know here are different ways. Like I had thought of just using them with students.
Uh-huh.
I was even thinking like an end of a unit challenge. So when you're working through, a certain unit with a
Yeah.
student, have this be, they get to do an escape room at the end of the unit.
Oh yeah, I
But
get
even,
that.
yeah. Or
Break,
you could
break,
just
yeah.
do room by room, like as a brain break. Yes. And I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
I've seen.
Yeah,
Gives me a few
but
ideas.
it does. It does. I think that's the great thing about getting into each other's spaces. It definitely
Mm-hmm.
inspires you.
Right here. It definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my dog's wanting some attention, so I should
I
probably go.
can understand why. Yeah, we completely went over time today.
No, it's totally okay.
That's-
I had
usually-
no. Didn't have a lot
um,
of. I mean, I had plans, but not like plans right now.
yeah, I know there are always things to do. No, probably even more now that you have ideas for your one student.
Exactly.
Do some creating. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, hopefully this was helpful.
It was.
Well,
Thank you so much, Lisa.
You're welcome. We'll have to get together again and bounce ideas off of each other.
Definitely, definitely. A little
Okay.
brainstorming session.
Yes. Well, enjoy the rest of your afternoon then.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks.
All right.
All
See ya.
right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.